This is the Connoisseurs of Pop Culture podcast with Henkka and Ville.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Okay. or
Or-
the Connoisseurs of Pop Culture podcast.
Yes,
I'm
I
Ville.
cannot pronounce our podcast correctly, so it's better that you pronounce it.
I'm Ville, and my
Oh, you are Ville.
partner in crime is called Henkka. No wait,
Yo.
bitches. Okay, so yeah, I'm Henkka.
I'm
And,
Ville actually. So
yes, and I'm
You're
Henkka.
actually Henkka, I guess, unless you changed your name since last time.
Yes.
Oh, you have changed your name since last time.
Yeah, I changed it to something else, and then I changed it back. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Pommac, which is a Finnish apple.
It's a fruit
Apple,
juice
no, not
soda.
apple juice, but sort of
Fruit.
mixture of fruits.
So it's like, sort of like a soda also,
Yeah, a bit of a
with
soda.
like a
And-
sparkling
yeah,
water.
And I have the light version of it because I'm stupid.
The light version is shit.
Yes.
It tastes horrible. It's
It's
absolutely
not very good.
Yeah,
I
it's-
admit it, but I bought it by accident because the label for the light is very small.
yeah, and I bought it
Didn't
once.
notice.
Yeah, I bought it once too because I thought that it would be like
But it's
Like-
not as horrible as I remember it was.
no, but it's definitely not like the actual real thing.
No, it's not the real thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm-
what are you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking Pepsi Max, and it's a
Oh,
two liter bottle, and I'm drinking straight out of the bottle because I'm a pig.
Oh. So
I don't
you're
use
taking it to
goddamn
max,
glasses. What?
So it's max more than a normal Pepsi then because it's
Yeah,
max.
yeah, it's to the max. No
Max
sugar.
artificial things in it.
It says that there is like maximum taste, no sugar. So there's that.
So there cannot be any more taste to it.
Yeah, it's like it's the maximum. There isn't like you can't make any more tasty beverage.
Right. So I guess that's a sort of ultimate choice then if you can't top it.
Yeah, it's the drink of the winners. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean personally,
Speaking of winners,
Yeah?
it's E3 time.
yes, E3 was this week, and probably everyone's talked about everything possible to talk about it, but we are still gonna pick the corpse and hit the dead horse a couple of times with the stick.
Yes, because why not?
Yes, because we are loyal to our fan base of one person.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, what were your like general thoughts about the E3?
Well, quite a lot of games again, I guess.
Yeah,
Sort of. Sometimes I had the feeling that E3 was sort of going away, but this year seemed to have quite a lot of announcements.
yeah, they were like saying like that E3 is back this year. I heard like something like that, and I was like, okay. And I think there were
So I guess it
surprising.
was back then.
Yeah, I think there were like a couple of years that was like a bit of a downtime or like not that
Mm.
much, and but now they seem to have like quite a lot of games. How many of those are actually good is of course another story completely, but at least
All
they
of
have like yeah.
I mean, every video tells that it's a great game.
It's exciting, yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Not-
yeah.
Too many sequels. Well, okay, there's sequels there too.
Well, yeah, but that's a given these days.
Yeah.
It's like why make anything new when you can make something old again? And
Yeah.
and even though people say that they are like don't make sequels or something like that, then actually a lot of people want sequels because they want something that they can count on to be something that they liked previously. So
Exactly, and we will see how many sequels my top 5 will have.
yeah, we've both written down I guess our top 5 lists.
Yes, and we don't even know what they are. I mean, we haven't discussed this before the podcast, so
Yeah.
this will be a surprise for at least some sort of a surprise. Although I guess we have some general idea of our taste in games. So maybe...
Yeah, well, if you use Twitter, you would know my top 5, but
oh right, but I don't.
I posted them there, but
Oh, so follow him on Twitter, and you will
yeah.
know stuff about his likes and dislikes.
So anyway, I guess
So
we
what
are.
is your Twitter account? Do you want to advertise
It's
here?
twitter.com//Henkka_art.
Ah,
So
so everything you write is art.
HENKKA_ART.
So does it mean that everything you write in Twitter is art now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Just making sure.
It's pretentious modern art.
Okay, so it's pretentious too.
Yes, just the way art should be.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay, art. Maybe I should just call you the artist from this moment on. I mean, it would be much more unique name, sort of call signs.
Yeah, that's.
Although I don't know what my call sign will be, so maybe we do it.
Yeah, that's a dangerous road you're going now.
Yeah, I live dangerously. Danger is my middle name.
Okay. So I suppose.
So should we dive into the top 5 right away, sort of?
Yeah, I mean,
one by one, sort of that we both reveal one. Do you have them in some specific order, or is it just top 5?
I have basically like 2 categories. One is the top 5 in actual order, like from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the other one is a group of just like honorable mentions that I didn't put in the top 5, but I thought that they would be still.
My top 5 is sort of I don't know which order. Well, I guess I can invent the order in the fly. So
yeah,
if maybe we could go. Of course, to make it this exciting, we should begin from the bottom.
Yeah. Of course.
So maybe if you introduce your bottom 5, so
yeah.
fifth.
Yeah.
5th in your order, and this gives me a few extra seconds to think what's my 5th from these games.
E3 top 5, number 5. So my pick for number 5 was State of Decay.
Let me try to guess.
So yeah, sure.
Although I could now cheat and look from the Twitter, but
yeah, that's true.
But
okay, guess.
Yes, I have to. It would be easier to maybe just to guess if it's on your top 5, but I'm looking at the E3 recap site just to think you probably are waiting for, but number 5 could possibly be something that you may be a bit more unsure about, or it could be just another sequel that doesn't get you so excited like this. Is it? Oh, this might take a while.
Yeah, I think it's best just that we go like because because it's gonna be like an endless thing. So yeah. My number 5 is State of Decay 2. So it's the sequel to the zombie survival game, open world thing that came like a couple of years back on Xbox. Yeah, it's on Xbox Live and Live Arcade, and then it was on Steam at least, I think.
Was it the game that you sometimes spoke to me that we should try it on co-op or?
No. It didn't have co-op, but it was something that I would really like to see co-op. So I'm
okay. I'm confusing to something else then.
Yeah, I think that was Dying Light.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think.
But State of Decay was a bit more like adventure type game, and it was more like survival and not that much like pure action. And it was like the characters, there was like this permadeath thing that when one of your characters died, it died for real, and you couldn't like go back to a load game and load the character again.
Okay, so they have sort of.
Yeah, and it was like this where you had like first you had like one character, but then when you went to the first survival compound and you started to work with them, then you could switch between characters. So you had like multiple different characters with different strengths and weaknesses that you could use to gather supplies and
Do you have a main character in that, or is it just controlling a group of people?
Basically, it's controlling group of people by switching between characters, and the one main character that you the first character that you have, mine died in one of the missions, and then I had to basically do the mission again, and I saw the dead body of that dude that I was playing before, so it was kind of funny.
Do you create your character at all, or
No,
are they all given?
No, they're already all pre-made characters, basically.
Okay,
that you meet in the game.
I'm reading about the sequel from the net, so apparently it will have the co-op multiplayer.
Oh, well, that's cool because
Four-player co-op multiplayer.
Yeah, the trailer sort of hinted that way, that there might be co-op, and it's actually pretty cool that it will have that. Because it was something that was like this game, the first one, like this game really would do so much, like it would
Each
be
player
so.
maintains command of their own personal community and roster of characters.
Yeah. So each player has like a set of characters.
Yeah, there's no singular hero character.
Yeah, there are no. You can't in the first you couldn't create the character either. So. And I was surprised that they actually did it so that the characters like died for good when they did. And sometimes you even lost characters if you didn't manage to like put up enough like services inside the survivor compound. And some people were like they didn't feel like they were secure enough or something, or they were like too sick, so they might have died from sickness or starvation, or they just left the compound altogether, or they could have died if there was a zombie like horde attacking the compound, and you didn't like have enough defenses and you didn't go there fast enough to fight them, the zombies. Someone of the other defenders might have died. So it was like everything was like always like in motion basically, and it was really cool, but at the same time really like nerve-wracking in a way, because
does it have a story then, or is it just
sandbox? There was I think there was a story in the game, some sort of, but I think it like still focused more around the surviving rather than
so how do you win the game?
I don't know. I never got that far.
Okay.
I didn't. It was just. I think there was just some other game that was released, and then it sort of like drifted away from that game. And
right. Was there anything else specific that was exciting about the sequel that made you pick it up for your top 5?
I don't. I think it was just like the overall idea that maybe you can actually play it like together. and if they have like managed to iron out some of the like not so good things about the first game and so forth.
So
Because
how do you lose? Do you lose if you lose all the party members or something like that? Or?
I suppose you lose if you don't have any survivors in your compound, and
Right.
and the last person dies, because the others are sort of like AI controlled. When you pick one of the characters, the other ones are like
Right.
they just do their normal stuff there, and then you can also, if you like, find some loot that you can't carry yourself because you have like limited amount of stuff you can carry. You can also call the like the base and then ask someone to come, and then you can see in the map as the little dot starts like arriving at the place, and then they pick it up and then they report back like, okay, I'm now picking it up and returning to base, and you can see them, and then sometimes you have to go and help them also because they might like get swarmed by zombies.
Right. But can't they just die if you're not following them or something like that? Can't
Yeah,
they just...
Sometimes they make it to the base without any hiccups, and sometimes if you don't go there fast enough, they might die.
But the game gives some warning if they're in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah. There's usually like the radio person is like person, this Jack needs your help, or like something like that, and then you can see in the map that, oh shit, Jack is over there, and you can go there and help them.
No, this game's a sort of... I've never paid attention to it, but now that you introduce it, I mean, if the rumor about Steam summer sales is true, this could be something that I might get the first game.
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
I mean, it's old enough now that it's probably on the sale.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened to the feed?
I don't know.
There's just a video between us.
I think you should it somehow
No.
cut your video too and my video. Check my camera went like sort of offline.
Okay.
Did your camera also went offline?
I don't know. Everything went offline just for me as well, but I thought I didn't do anything.
Huh, now it says that you need Skype Premium to share screens on a video call or a group call. But it didn't before, did it?
No.
That's weird. I suppose I'm gonna stop sharing now because or something, I don't know. It's slight hiccup. Weird. But that didn't do that before, did it? No. Last time we were able to share.
I've had videos to here before.
I mean, how else can you... And why did it stop
sharing?
sharing?
I can still see your screen.
Yeah, I got this like weird let's see.
Do we need to restart the call? So slight edit here.
No, I think we're good. Okay, now it doesn't... What? That's weird. Now I don't have any like warning thing. Like before there was like this warning. Okay, so you can see my screen now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so cool. So yeah, the game is probably gonna be like, I think it might be actually like $14.99 on Steam right now, or even $9.99. So it's gonna probably be on sale again. And there is actually like they released later like a more like I think it was like a re-release with some new features or something. Or
right. Well, it could be a good time for me to pick it up then, so I might get it on half a price or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a good tip and interesting pick.
Yeah. So
I guess next one is mine then.
Yeah.
So what I picked up was game that I really don't know much about, but it seemed like an interesting setup, that it could be maybe interesting game, or it can be something that I would be interested in when I learn more about it, but maybe it's an interesting game. So the game is called the Technomancer.
Oh, I saw that at some point.
It
Yeah.
seems like sort of a Mad Max-like universe, and seems to have heavy sort of lore to it, and
Let's.
it seemed interesting enough.
I didn't.
It's somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think I saw it
The
at some point.
Technomancer.
So tell more about it. What did you? Why was it something that piqued your interest?
Well, it seemed like it sort of had. I mean, I presume it's sort of an like action RPG type of thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna put it like in the background.
It's introduced as a sci-fi RPG set in Mars.
Huh.
So I don't know. I'm just. It seems like they put a lot of effort into making something more unique, like atmosphere there, and that there might be a cool story to this. So it could be something sort of something bit more to story, and maybe have some interesting things to discover about the world too. And also the character design, there seems to be quite a lot of character designs too. They seem to have quite a lot of facial expression and stuff like that, so they could
Yeah, that's true.
be interesting.
So
but
it was like.
we'll see. I mean, I guess I've just seen the trailer, so
Yeah.
I guess it sort of depends what the actual gameplay will be like and stuff like that. I know better how interested I will be, but I wanted to pick something, something truly new here. So this is something that could be worth of checking out.
Okay. That sounds interesting, and it looks like interesting too. So it's made by a company called Spiders. Have you checked what
No,
what
I
else
never
they've
heard
made?
of the company before.
Okay. Yeah.
So it could be their first game too. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that because when I first saw the name, I thought it was some sort of like techno magic thing, like something like that. But actually, it is more like Mad Max on Mars, or maybe like Rage, Mad Max, and something like that on
Yeah, it
Mars.
has some sort of. I don't know. Does it have magic or what is it? Some other electronic, some lightning going from the shield and stuff like that. I don't know.
It could be also that it's more like something like System Shock with like some psychic or psionic powers or something like that.
Yeah,
But like
could be
not.
because the main character, if that was the main character, seems to have there's some sort of specific unit that has specific powers, and
Yeah.
used to sort of these technomancers used to sort of resolve things. So we'll see. I guess I presume it's a story that he'll escape to army or something. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. Do you know if it's gonna be like an adventure or action or like RPG or anything like that?
Well, it said that it's sci-fi RPG, but I presume it's sort of like Mass Effect or something like that. But who knows?
Yeah. There was
I don't have more information about it, but it's. I mean, my platform is PC, and it's for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So it will be something that's controllable by consoles. So I
That's
assume
true.
it's going to be sort of action RPG type of thing, but I don't know. Hopefully it will have enough customizations. I mean, I do like when you can sort of create your own character and stuff like that. So I hope it will have that, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it also has like some driving because there are like the cars also.
Yeah. That could be fun if that happens. I mean,
Have you played the Mad Max game?
no, I was sort of interested about it, but it just not enough sort of to pull the trigger.
Yeah, well, maybe now because the sales are coming, so
Yep.
maybe you can pick it now.
Yeah.
I have it, but I have installed it, but I haven't played it like at all. I haven't even started it once. But
Well, that's not
it's
surprising
but
at
but
all.
but it's
No,
supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Like
You
sort
have
of.
few games on your list to
Well,
play. Sort of.
today I actually checked the Steam Gauge and it listed like 621 games.
Ouch. How
Some
many
of them are of course like because Steam lists also like the VR stuff and some free to play games at least on the list. So it isn't exactly like completely.
Yeah, but you have quite a lot of more games than I do. I'm a bit more picky, but I sort of.
Yeah, and I apparently I have like used like over 4,000 hours playing them in the past 8 years, which just goes on to show that yeah. And I don't even.
I didn't know you can get total statistics from somewhere.
Yeah, and you can also get total statistics on how much you've spent on them.
Yeah,
That
I know game by game, but I didn't know that you can get a total amount. So
yeah, but
where do you get the total amount?
in the Steam Gauge, it's if you just type on Google Steam and GAUGE, and then you put your Steam ID there, and it basically checks your inventory. If your Steam account is public, that is.
I can't remember. Might not be actually.
But it shows the.
No, I'll look to it afterwards.
Yeah. But it shows like your how much you've spent on Steam, but it doesn't show exactly the right amount because it shows, I think, based on how much they cost now or something. So you might like
because it doesn't have historical.
yeah.
information.
So they have like some sort of beta feature that could possibly show you how much they cost like actually. But I think you can also just go to your Steam, on the platform and then check your own like buying history. But
Yeah,
of course,
I'm just checking how many games I have. I think I'll be surprised if I have 100, but
yeah.
but we'll see.
But anyway, on
Yeah.
to number 4.
To number 4, I guess. One moment, I'm just opening my library so I can announce this. How many? I have 92 games.
Okay. So my
Oh, sorry. Well, okay. About that. Yeah.
okay, yeah. It's about 100
Yeah.
because some of them might be like the VR experience games that Steam puts
Yeah.
in your library. Okay, so back
You
to
have like 600.
yeah 621 or something.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, my number 4 on my list is Battlefield 1,
Right.
and I'm not sure if they even have like what the videos for it. Okay, it's official
They had
gameplay.
videos that awful music and.
Oh yeah, it was like the music choice was retarded. It was absolutely idiotic. There is no.
Made the World War One seem maybe a bit more
Yeah.
hectic, sort of like. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like
Because they had
not
like
World War
yeah, I mean
One.
they have like the orchestral score for the older games, and I think they should have gone with that. And I think, but then again, the music choice was criticized by almost everyone anyway. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I presume it's not the music of the game.
hopefully not.
But yeah, it's sort of like World War One on steroids because it has the old style airplanes going just by the ground
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's sort of okay. This really didn't happen. It's not like
But it's cinematic.
it's not going for realism, but
Yeah.
it's sort of like World War One fantasy.
It's World
Fantasy
War.
on steroids, I guess.
It's World War One, the movie.
So why this game?
Well, I do like the Battlefield games, the previous ones, and this looks interesting addition to the series. I've played like Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4 so far, and I like the previous ones. So if this is gonna be more of the same, but with new weapons and stuff like that, then
Last Battlefield I played was the very first one.
Battlefield like 1942 or something like that. That was the
Yeah,
I think
that's
that was the first.
just when the real first World War was like 1930s, 1920, yeah, something.
Yeah.
When was it? When was the first World War?
Was it
19...
wasn't it like 1919, 1920 something?
Yeah, something like that. I would like to say, but are we just being stupid?
1918, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And
No, let's see. World War One. I have to check it because I don't want to be stupid about this. So it ended 1918. It started 1914.
Okay, 1914 to 1918, and the Second World War was 1935 to
Yeah, something
1952.
to 40,
45, 45, 42, 42.
I'm gonna say 42.
Well, it has to be 42 because there is Battlefield for 1942 and 1943. So it has to be at least that much.
So you know your history by games.
Well, I mean, games taught me my first English as well, so...
No, officially it ended 45.
45, okay, so that was the day when they... When did they drop the bomb in Hiroshima? Was it like 45 also? I think it was. So, but anyway, so it was like... Was it like 39 to 45? Or something like that.
But so it was from officially from 39 to 45.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there we have it. First one 1914 to 1918, and then was 1939 and 1945.
Yeah, I don't know whether I get 42 first. I don't know what happened then exactly. There's something significant.
Was 42 when Americans joined in?
It could be something. Oh, damn! We should be ashamed, really. I mean, we hit it roughly, but still.
Yeah, it was in the 20th century anyway.
Yeah, that's just a topic.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have anything else to say. I like the previous games, and I think it's gonna be probably pretty much the same.
It's basically only multiplayer, and it's team-based multiplayer.
Well, there's gonna be probably some sort of campaign like in the previous ones, but I never played the campaign of the fourth one, and I played only like half of the campaign of the third one or less.
So will it be sort of? Do you expect it will be more complicated than Battlefield Star Wars?
You mean Battlefront Star Wars?
Oh wait, it's
Of course it's gonna be much. Of course, yeah. It's gonna be. There's gonna be like you can actually drive the vehicles, and you don't have to like pick up some stupid tokens to turn into X-wing or something like that.
right.
Because if Battlefront
So they kept all those things from the first game because you did it in the first game as well.
Yeah, but I mean, if Star Wars Battlefront was like Battlefield 4, then it would have been awesome.
Yeah,
But it wasn't. But it wasn't. So it was like, why the hell didn't they do it like that?
Because I don't know.
Because I don't know. Because it looks awesome and it sounds like Star Wars, but those.
I don't know.
God
Maybe
damn
they
it.
think it's too complicated for Star Wars fan or something. I don't know. And I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would have bought the Battlefront if it was like Battlefield, but it wasn't, so I didn't.
Yeah, it's strange because both are published by EA as well.
Yeah, both are published and both are made by DICE.
So what's the why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why didn't they just make it a Battlefield game then? What was Battlefront? Do they have any other Battlefront games than Star Wars?
No.
So this is the first.
Star Wars is only the Battlefront series is the Star Wars series.
Right.
But it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, your number 4.
My number 4. Okay. It's just a quick comment on that. I think I won't be getting Battlefield. First Battlefield. I mean, I haven't been following the series.
Yeah, I don't see you as a multiplayer shooter.
No, I'm really rarely that. I'm totally against it, but I haven't been lately too excited about that.
Yeah.
But to my number 4.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is basically, it could be higher on my list, but basically at this point we know so little about it.
Okay.
That it doesn't still get me excited that much.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Is it Mass Effect?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because you probably feel the same way because the teaser trailer that they have for it is sort of, it doesn't tell much.
Yeah, that's true.
And it doesn't show gameplay really.
Let's put it in the background.
So, and then half of it is a video from NASA or something.
Well,
So-
that's yeah.
So it sort of shows that they're not quite ready to show much about it.
Well, it's gonna come out like early next year. Was it like March 2017 or something?
Yeah, but for some reason they just want to tease about it, and they are saving the bigger reveals for some other convention or event.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know. I guess PAX is a big thing, maybe there. Or
Yeah, that's true. It's it's
it
grown
might
like
have more of its audience there or something.
yeah. That's quite possibly true.
So because they had quite a lot of announcements on this event already, so they maybe didn't want to go overly too much here. I don't know.
Yeah. They had the FIFA and Madden and all that shit.
Yeah, but yeah, it could be. Hopefully, it's a good Mass Effect game and entertaining one. We'll see.
Yeah.
Where it goes. I mean, I presume it will be quality, but where they could go wrong is that they sort of
With the third installment.
oversimplify sort of what you can do in it, sort of. Because
That's the one thing that bothers me in Mass Effect, because they didn't like seem to find the sweet spot with the sort of the like at least some features like the inventory for one. They went from like the weird complicated shopping thing, and then they went to 2, which was like, okay, you don't have any choices. You have only this one, and then you have the best, and the next best, and the next. And then they went to the like somewhere in the middle ground in the third, but they never like really found some of the things. And then there was the Mako, and the first one was the boring, tedious ride from different planets, which was horrible with the cracked mountains that were like insanely frustrating to like drive over. And then there was in the second one there was nothing like that, and the third one had the fucking surveying system that was like, oh my god. At one point I did just in the third I was like, okay, tonight I'm gonna play Mass Effect, and the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fucking survey the entire galaxy at one sitting. And I went, and I did every fucking planet. I was like, okay, I've pushed it far too long, and I haven't had the resources, so I'm gonna take this one night and I'm gonna do nothing but that. And I did.
But good for you. Did you have fun?
Fuck no. I mean, goddamn it was awesome to like have the little ship flying, but the goddamn like the fuel was like horrible because you had to like have the
I think you had some sort of mining in the second one too, but I can't remember what was the difference.
yeah, it might have been like also go to the other extreme and then go back in the third like they did with the inventory system too.
Yeah, but I mean, presuming that there's some continuity with the teams between the Mass Effects, I presume they're learning again from the previous games. So
yeah,
this could be they could have hopefully found something, but I'm always afraid of oversimplification in sort of like a dialogue and interaction. That it's not fun if you really have only one road. That there needs to be really choices that you can make.
Yeah, that's true. But it seems that Mako is back now, but maybe this time they don't have those fucking awful environments where you have to...
What does it look like? It's the same fucking environment.
That's true. That's it's...
So welcome back to getting stuck on between two rocks. I don't know. Maybe it will be fun. And at least the environments look pretty nice, but
yeah. I wonder if
it's hard to tell how this all works out still from the trailer.
Do you know which engine they use? Did they use like Frostbite in the Dragon Age 3?
They're using Frostbite in many things now.
Yeah, because they previously used Unreal 3 on the Mass Effects, but I think they switched to Frostbite in Dragon Age 3.
Yeah, they did. So I'm presuming this is Frostbite. So you might actually see it from the end of the trailer if
that's true. That's true. Let's see. There's gonna be. Yeah, Frostbite. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. So I presume BioWare is completely using everything they do on Frostbite now.
Yeah, it seems so.
So there's just. I mean, I presume there's some usage. Some advantage in using the same engine for all the projects, so that it's easier to switch people between them and knowledge and stuff like that.
Yeah, and because the engine is basically in-house engine, because DICE has the Frostbite team that makes the engine, and DICE is a EA studio, so they're using it now in Dragon Age, Mass Effect,
and it's not a bad
Battlefield.
It's...
No, Battlefield and Mirror's Edge, the new one.
Yeah, so it could be fun, but we'll see. One other worry is that, unfortunately, BioWare is sort of year by year just becoming more of just EA.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, it still has its own touch, but the people that made the BioWare are sort of, I think their contracts are over and they're just moving on into different things.
Yeah, the first Mass Effect was made with Microsoft, I think, and then BioWare was bought by EA during the second game. Or in the beginning of the second game.
But I'm saying it necessarily needs that everything that EA produces is bad, because that's not true. But they have the sort of history that the game houses that they buy sort of fold eventually.
Yeah, and because EA
If
wants.
like Origin, and I think the latest is Lionshead. Or
Yeah,
was that Microsoft? That was Microsoft. Yeah.
yeah, it was Microsoft, I think. Yeah, but EA has, of course, they have a history of buying a lot of game studios and then making one game with them and then closing them down. That's
Yeah, BioWare is still a brand to them. They want to keep it like that, but who knows what happens.
yeah.
We lost Westwood to EA as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And Origin, of course, that I mentioned previously. Now, of course, Origin brand is backed by this game store, but
Yeah, and wasn't Origin the one that made uh, those Wing Commanders?
yes,
Yeah, so Origin is basically now uh,
a store.
Robert Space Industries.
Right, yeah, the new Wing Commander.
Yeah. So
That's true. That's true. And that's why people are hoping that it will be
Yeah.
it will be a interesting game. But I think that game will be its own podcast with a taste of Derek Smart in it.
yeah, that's true. We should have Derek Smart as a guest with that.
Oh, our first guest. I
Yeah.
don't know if he will come. I mean, we don't have enough listeners. Although maybe he doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've seen him in some random live streams on other pages, so maybe it would work. It would be interesting at least.
So maybe that will be the thing that we will get more listeners. Derek Smart saves us.
Yeah.
Saved by Derek.
That would be the name of the podcast. That episode.
Saved by Smart. Being smart.
Get smart. That's true. Okay, let's.
I'm sure he has heard all the Get Smart shows by now.
It has to be. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I presume Mass Effect is probably on your list somewhere too, but we'll see.
Yeah, but actually, I have switched a couple of words with Derek Smart on Twitter, so.
Oh, so
yeah, and I think he follows me actually, so maybe so. Yeah. So okay, but to number 3, I suppose.
No, yeah, right, yeah, number 3, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
number 3.
My number 3 is, I think it could be higher on the list, but because it's a console exclusive. No, it's console exclusive, so it's not on PC. So it is.
Oh.
So this is the reason why it's not higher, because this might be the game when I buy PS4, if I'm gonna buy it.
Oh.
But it's gonna be probably the upgraded PS4 when it comes, like whenever it is gonna come.
That's interesting. I don't have clear idea what it will be. So
okay, so
what the game is that you.
Let's see where it is, because I have no recollection where it actually is on this list. This is the Ubisoft, so it's not that. Is it this? Ah, yes, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I have no idea what that is, so tell me about it.
Horizon Zero Dawn is like it's an action adventure. I'm not sure if there seems to be some sort of dialogue options or so there might be like slight role-playing elements, but it's action adventure, third person, like in a post-apocalyptic world where humans are like more like cave dwellers, like in tribes, and then there are like these sort of like dinosaurs, but the dinosaurs are robots instead of
okay,
like.
why not? Sounds good. So action RPG or something, or.
Yeah, but I'm not sure, because if there's actually like but anyway, yeah, so let's so this is, as you can see, they're like basically like dinosaurs, but they're like
yeah, cool looking, yeah.
Yeah, and it's about this young woman who is supposed. There's some sort of like mystery, and it's like you can see the like ruins of the old world, like our world, and
Yeah.
and
It
and
looks good.
and I suppose she must have some sort of mystery in her birth because it appears from the videos that she's like maybe she isn't like one of the humans that live in the tribes but somewhere else, and she's able to open some door or something. They're like some sort of mystery that she goes to try to solve or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
it seems to be like an open world where you hunt, where you basically can ride some of the dinosaurs or the robot dinosaurs and so forth. And there are villages and stuff like that. And it looks pretty cool, and it might actually be the first the game that makes me buy the PS4.
Interesting. I don't have any consoles, so and I don't think I'll get one. Although, if I would get one, I probably would get a PlayStation as well. It's
Yeah, because there's no point in getting like Xbox now because after this after this E3, the most of the Xbox games are gonna be on Windows 10 also. So when we have to eventually upgrade to Windows 10, then you can also play all the Xbox One games on Windows. Because they had their new deal was that when you buy a game on Xbox One, you also get to play it on Windows 10. So there's
right.
that. So there's that.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, maybe, why restrict it on a platform if you can get more gamers that way? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, this game looks pretty cool. I have to say that it is. If it's gonna if they can pull it off and it's gonna be like excellent from start to finish, then yeah. But who knows? I don't remember what Gorilla Games have made before, but there's as you can see there are some like dialogue options also. So maybe there might be some sort of like light role playing elements, but it's probably going to be more like action adventure game.
right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It looks good, and maybe has some exploration like Far Cry or something in it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I think that it might be actually like in a way similar to Far Cry.
Yeah, it reminds me sort of Far Cry.
Yeah.
I
So
still
that
haven't played the latest. Oh, no, that's not even the latest. The Far Cry 4 I haven't still finished.
yeah, actually
We
I
should
have
play co-op at some time at there too, I
yeah, I
guess.
haven't finished it either, and yeah, the co-op was so weird in that we
Have you
tried
tried
it.
it?
I've tried it like at some time ago, like in during like this spring.
Yeah.
I tried it, and it's sort of like you have to you have to play the uh, plot. Like you have to you can play the first area from the beginning when after you go to the intro sequence and
Yeah.
you start playing it. You can liberate the outposts
Yeah.
and do all that things with your co-op partner.
Right.
But it only records the things for the one who sort of starts, and you play as a guest basically, like a help for the other person. So you have to
Oh,
actually do
okay.
it
So
again.
you don't get progress on your own game
Yeah,
if
and then if
helping
you
someone else.
and if you haven't played it far enough, you can't go past the sort of like midpoint into the other part of the map unless you actually play that far on both like characters, or like at least one of you have to play the plot enough to advance into the second part of the map. And it was so weird because they could have made it like Dying Light, where basically you both are the same character, and then when there's the plot part, it sort of like merges everyone into the one person, and then there's the plot, and then when the gameplay starts, everyone is their own copy of the character basically, and you have your own weapons and your own things and stuff like
but
that.
I understand that it sort of doesn't fit fictionally the world to have some
Well-
copy of the character unless
well-
it's
well,
some sort of
it-
mercenary helping you or something.
Well, it doesn't like in Dying Light there is also the one main character which has a voice and a name, but when the cinematic starts, everyone basically just like becomes the one character. Everyone sees the same
They're
cinematic.
following the main character. What's he?
Yeah, and everyone is the main character basically, but they're just you
Doing it individually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know. Well,
But anyway,
sounds strange, but
yeah. So
okay. So my number 3. Right.
Yeah, you're number 3.
So my number 3 is sort of it's a game that I think will be enjoyable game, but
Okay.
I don't have probably high quality game, but I don't have sort of an excitement still, super excitement sort of built for it. So
Okay.
so that's why it's number 3 instead of 2 or 1. But it's sort of a game that I will definitely buy when it comes out.
Okay.
So that would be the Deus Ex Mankind
Ah.
Divided.
Okay. Let's
Because
see.
the first Deus Ex from this team, I mean, there's been Deus Exes before from Warren Spector and Iron Storm,
Yeah.
but this sort of relaunched Deus Ex series, the second from that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say I finished the finished the last game.
Yeah.
But I don't have so vivid memories of it than I have from earlier games.
Yeah.
So it was a bit bland, sort of. It didn't sort of, even it has very nice graphics and stuff like that, it perhaps didn't sort of involve me as much as the games before that.
Yeah.
But I think they probably have learned a lot from the things from the first game. It seems like based on the interviews and stuff like that. So I'm hopeful this will be more interesting because the first one wasn't bad by all means. So
Yeah.
this might just be more interesting. One thing I don't like, I would like that you sort of could somehow customize or do your own character, but it doesn't bother too much because he's sort of non-person anyway in this, so it's whatever you want him to be. But I just like customization, so I would have liked that, but well, we'll just be this dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, sort of.
They need it for the
well,
cinematics or something.
Adam Jensen is more of a person to me than J.C. Denton ever was.
That's true, but they both are. I sort of feel that they both are sort of.
Well, I think in Deus Ex it's more about the themes and the philosophy of the world rather than the characters themselves.
Yeah, the characters are sort of your avatar just to sort of to do the choices you want to do. That's why I sort of feel that you should be able to more customize his looks because he's sort of you more in a way.
Well, yeah.
But I guess it's okay like this as well. But we'll see how it will go. I'm sure it will be sort of enjoyable action RPG. I hope that there will be real choices in that. It's just not this thing that most Deus Ex games do, that nothing really counts other than the final choice that you make in the last mission.
Well, it's probably gonna be like that.
Because I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
different.
I have some sort of similar feel from the first game. It looked really nice. It was a nice game, but it wasn't the best Deus Ex game.
Yeah,
because
I've got golden memories from older ones, but still, they had more to do. They had more freedom in older ones.
Yeah, and I really hate the it's my pet peeve on this. The first new game, the Human Revolution, was that the fucking cinematic things, like when you jump, like here when the dude jumps from high and then the camera pans, it goes outside of the dude and shows him landing, and the melee things.
Yeah, the melee thing was stupid.
It was fucking bullshit, and it's back in here. And
Yeah,
I fucking hate
is
it.
it restricted in uses in this one too?
I suppose there is the power thing that you have to conserve, or it's like the you have like the battery thing, and then
they have to some sort of game and make balance it somehow.
Yeah, and the last one of course is always recharging back, but it's still like it was like so much better when you could just go with the telescope, the police baton, and just whack people in the head in the first one.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's like they haven't still managed to make the stealth in this game so that they wouldn't have to restrict it with the stupid mechanics, because
it could be because this is the same house that did the Thief remake too, wasn't it?
I think it's like, well, it's Eidos. I'm not sure if it's Eidos Montreal also.
Well, it was different developer then, or I can't remember because Thief remake apparently wasn't very good. I mean, I loved the first 3 Thieves, but the remake got so bad reviews that, and it didn't and the whole main character wasn't the same at all. So it's sort of I just lost interest.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
let's
see what,
because they didn't get the idea of the game series either. But is it?
It is Eidos Montreal. It's the same people who makes because there is the similar feel to the new Thief that is in Deus Ex, and it also, the new Thief I think also has, you don't have like the blackjack isn't like one of the weapons you have. It's just it's a key on the keyboard. Like I think it was like F. You still have you can still do this, but you can't.
What's their obsession with that?
I don't know. It just
There's some developer guy that has been in all these games, and he says, "This is the way to do it."
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I fucking hate it. There's something that they didn't understand. Someone made a really good video about why the new Thief isn't like why the new Thief misses the point of the originals, and why the hardcore mode that they made, because people were like, what the fuck is this stupid like XP that you get and all this shit, that they didn't have the original experience, so they haphazardly made like this, well, we're gonna make you a hardcore mode where you can play without any kind of guidance. But the fuckers didn't understand that they didn't make the game to support that kind of like
maybe they understood, but this was just marketing ploy.
No, because when you make the game first and you have all the maps and all the compasses and all these things, you design the levels in one specific way. But when you make like a new difficulty level where you take away all of the compasses and everything else, but the levels are still designed with the compass and all of that in mind. But now you don't have any of those things, so you are like confused about what you have to do. Because in the original Thief, the level design and the maps, the hand-drawn maps and everything, it sort of supported each other. But now the sort of pieces weren't like together.
Yeah, but they just don't entirely get it. They maybe get pieces of it, but they don't get the whole picture.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of the problem with Deus Ex 2. They want to make sort of they know how to do their visuals, but they just don't get all the pieces that made the older games cool.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the time or budget for it. I don't know.
Or they have made the conscious decision to not make it so because they fear that making it too complex is.
They fear that it will limit the player base too much.
Yeah. Not that players are. Not, I don't think that they think that players are too stupid to understand the original, because it wasn't like that. like
Yeah, but they
complex
feel that
game,
it
but
won't appeal to large enough audience if it's true.
yeah, if it's too like clunky or something, I don't know what's the better word, but you know.
Yeah, but for instance, the the blackjack or the stun mode in Deus Ex is sort of it can't be explained by that. It's something else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's stupid that they make like melee things nowadays, like to be like a button instead of an actual weapon. You know,
I don't know.
it's so
I don't
it's
know.
in
It
so
feels less personal. Yeah.
but it's like in every like Modern Warfare 2 and every
Okay.
Call of Duty game, they also have it like when you press
It's
V.
stupid trends.
When you press V on the keypad, it makes the
Right.
melee knife thing. You have the weapon, and suddenly you have like the knife there. And the same is for like in Thief. You have your bow or dagger, but when you press like F or something, the blackjack comes and you do the blackjack movement like this. So I don't know. I'm just like old school in a way that I have when I have my melee weapons, an actual melee
I
weapon.
understand. I'm sorry.
And of course I do understand when I have it on. I mean, I like to have the quick melee on games like Battlefield because in that game it's completely different thing. When you're like in a multiplayer shooter, you have to have the knife in like quick on the F button, and it works there, but it doesn't work in a game like Thief where you're like meticulous and you take it slow and you plan and you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's your number 2 then, is it?
My number 2 is Titanfall 2.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
Did you
my.
like the first Titanfall so much?
Uh, let's just say that the first one had like a lot of potential, but they didn't quite get it because they made it. Okay, so I don't mind games that are multiplayer only. If the multiplayer mode is robust enough.
Right.
But now they actually have a single player campaign and they have multiplayer, and it looks like that the multiplayer is now a bit better than before because the first one multiplayer was so like you have the pilots and you have the Titans and the pilot mode was a lot more interesting to play as a pilot because you could like wall run and do all kinds of cool stuff. And the Titans were the maps were sort of like claustrophobic, and the Titans you couldn't do as much with the Titans as you might have thought that you could do.
Right.
And I hope that now it at least looks like that they have bigger maps this time.
Okay,
if
they
I
maybe
can
learned from their lessons, and this would be sort of the Titanfall that the first one should have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's fair enough. So you like the concept, and you sort of felt that there was lots of good things, and now you hope that it's refined for the second one.
Yeah, because I really like the world, and I like the style, and there's a lot of good things, but it was lacking. There wasn't enough content. I hated that they have like a shooter and then you have like maybe 10 different weapons because I was so used to have like 50 weapons in like Battlefield 3 or 4. But now you have like, okay, you have this one sniper rifle, you have this one handgun, and this one submachine gun, and maybe 2 assault rifles, and that's it. It was like, what the fuck? You have to have more. Because I don't care if the rifles are basically the same, you know, with just like a percentage here or there different. I just want to have like, you know, that I can make a choice.
Does it, by the way, does the Titanfall 2 actually have a story this time?
Yeah, it's actually a single player campaign with like, as far as I understand, there is some sort of like, the story is like that there's at least from this trailer, that there is like this Titan that has lost its pilot because the Titan and the pilot are somehow linked together, and the Titan finds a new pilot and sort of like gets linked to it. And it's funny because in this trailer the whole trailer is narrated by the Titan instead of the person, and the Titan voice is like, it's not exactly, but it's very close to Optimus Prime. So it was like really cool. Like
is it the same person doing it?
I don't think it's Peter Cullen, but
Okay.
it was like sort of like close enough, so it felt like, wait a second, now the Titan dude is like that. It actually talks, and it's like some sort of AI or something like that. So it was funny in that sense. So yeah, and I kind of like the new thing, and in the now they have like actual like they have grappling hooks, and grappling hook is always cool, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you can like now like swing from the Titan when you can grapple your own Titan and then like swing forward, and you can grapple other people in mid-air and all cool stuff like that.
The single player might be. Maybe it's. I mean, I remember that many people wanted the single player campaign for the game.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted it. I mean, it would have been really cool. And these maps on the multiplayer look a lot larger now, so it's more like it makes sense to have Titans, because in the first one.
So it seems like that they really listened, and it might be a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
okay.
the first one definitely had like had a strong base, I'd say.
Right.
So, but perhaps this is like gonna be like better even.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Hope so. I mean, everything you said sort of feels like that it
Look, you can swing.
could be a better game.
Yeah, and you can swing from like buildings and stuff.
I might even get it if it has a decent single player. So
yeah.
Who knows?
And then I think this is awesome. Like in the like here, the both pilots are ejecting, and then the other guy just like grapples the other guy and kicks him in the head. So it was awesome. So yeah, okay, that was my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is sort of continues with the theme of the Deus Ex games.
Okay.
So it's Dishonored 2.
Oh, I see.
Because I really liked the first one. It has some weaknesses, but overall it was sort of an original story, original characters, and it was fun to play. And it had a good story. It was sort of it felt like more like a new Thief, and it more like sort of understood the Thief like sneaking than Deus Ex or the new Thief.
I'd say that it wasn't it didn't feel like new Thief to me, but it felt like something that, because they didn't manage to make a new Thief, so this was like sort of like the replacement.
It didn't mean to be a new Thief, in a way. It's not trying to be the character is not a thief. It's an assassin, but
yeah,
you can still go through the game without killing anyone, I think.
Yeah, but it was like I think it like had the same sort of like feel to it than the original Thief trilogy.
Yeah, but it had really different like settings and places to go, and different sort of it's basically a revenge story, so it has sort of different sort of scenarios where he gets back to the different people.
Yeah.
And you can sort of decide, do you want to kill them or do something else with them?
Yeah.
And do you kill the guards or do you just sneak by and stuff like that? So it was good fun.
Yeah, it was.
And the world was very unique as well. So
that's true. Actually,
the whole whaling thing and stuff like that. So
yeah, it was wasn't the whole society was based around the whale oil.
Yeah, and I presume it's still a big thing. I think the second one seems to have some sort of sailing to it or something. At least there seems to be water based.
Yeah, there was some in the other gameplay video. I think they had like something happening on a boat or something.
Yeah, they could be whaling or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I have to say that the first game didn't left much to the mystery as still. So there is plot elements and stuff like that. There's some things going behind that we didn't get full understanding in the first game even.
Okay, so
the mysterious, the outsider and stuff like that. What's it all about? It's sort of continues here, I presume.
So you have played I have the DLCs, but I haven't played them. But you have played the Witches of Dark Moor and the Knife of Dunwall or something like that. So how do those DLCs, like, are they?
They were good. They were independent stories, but they were good stories.
So the knife thing was for about the assassin, the other the criminal league captain or something like that. Was it about him?
Yeah.
And what about the witches?
Assassin leader. Yeah.
Yeah. What about was it the assassin leader that you fight in the game actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. Spoilers, I guess. You can spare him or kill him.
Yeah.
As
yeah.
Corvo.
Corvo. Yeah. So what about the other one? What was the general gist about the witches thing? Like, without spoiling too much. Yeah. Was it? Do you play as Corvo, or what was the deal with that?
I have to remind myself. It's been a few years. But my memory was that it was sort of a complete.
Was it like a small, like, separate campaign or something?
My memory was that it was one big story, but
okay.
I'll just remind myself real quick.
Because I remember that the base game sort of like ended, like it was like one package, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the downloadable content came later. I'm just. Downloadable content. So there was few things. Voidwalker's Arsenal. That's just weapons. Then there was Dunwall City Trials, which was probably trial levels or something.
Yeah, time trial things, I think.
Yeah, that's not really interesting. Then there was the Knife of Dunwall, which was the assassin, if I remember correctly. Let's check. Yes, you play as the Dowd.
Yeah.
Around Dowd, leader of assassins.
Was the Witches of Dark Moor or something like that?
Yeah, let me see, because I was remembering played as a Dowd, the second one as well. I'm just checking. Yeah, yeah, it's still Dowd. Yeah, so it's one sort of story to have the.
Okay, so basically the DLCs are about
sort of second part of Dowd's story.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I didn't sort of have a separate memory of the.
Okay, so
but
yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it. It had interesting vibe to it.
Okay, I have to check it at some point when I played the other 600 games. Okay, so your number 2 was Dishonored 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So what will be your number 1?
Well, my number 1 was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, okay. So we discussed it. So
yeah. So, but basically, I was thinking that it looked really cool, and if it's gonna be like the quality level, if it's gonna be the same as the previous ones, then I'm probably gonna enjoy it a lot, because I really liked the original trilogy. Even if people are like that the ending of the third one sucked, but I think that the extended cut made it sort of like feel quite satisfied. I felt that I was sort of satisfied with the extended cut after I played, of course, the original version.
I have played the extended cut.
But I did.
I didn't download them, but I just wasn't in the mood to play the whole whole ending again.
Yeah, I waited like some months, but then I decided like fuck it, I'm gonna play it now. But I played
Because you
it.
have to. I remember the last save game is sort of. You have to sort of play the whole Earth thing, don't you, or something?
Yeah, it's start. You have to start from after the Cerberus base when you are like arriving on Earth. That's the moment where it basically.
Yeah, so that's quite a lot of soothing things.
Yeah, and there's a couple of like the one part where you have to hold on, sort of like fight against the horde, like swarms that are coming at you, like
Right.
the banshees and all that stuff. That's.
I guess one could do it. Could you change the difficulty in middle of the game? I can't remember.
I think you can.
So you could just, because you played it, just play it on the easy mode and sort of be done with it.
Yeah, I suppose you
Just
could.
get the story out of it.
But if you just if you play the whole, I'm not sure how much it affects the game at that point if you change it to easy. But yeah. But anyway, I played it like so that I made the same choices that I made in when I played it the first time, so that I got the same ending because I didn't want to cheat and choose
Right.
differently. So what was your ending? But what did you choose? Did you choose the red, the destruction, or the something else? What did you choose?
My ending was that the crew of Shepherd's sheep ended on the jungle planet thing.
So was it the green ending, where the everything living basically, so that the machines and the living sort of like synthesized?
I can't remember all the choices, but maybe it was the closest that was satisfactory, and I don't know even what that meant in practice because everyone seemed like the same.
Because in my version, Shepard basically sacrificed herself and jumped into the beam and was absorbed, and after that, every human and every alien they have like the skin had like these light things because they were like part machine and part like organic, or like
I don't remember that. What was the other choice? Then was I remember I destroyed the mass relays.
Because yeah, mine was also the one that destroyed. I think everything destroyed the mass relays, if I'm not.
Okay.
But like no, wait a second. The mass relay was the Earth one was destroyed at least, but the red one was where you destroy the Reapers, I think. And then if it's the worst possible scenario is where Earth is basically a cinder block. But the blue one was that you try to control the Reapers, I think. And the green one was the synthesis with the Reapers. So the machines and humans and everything is like they become like sort of like transhuman so that they're part machine and part human. Or part organic and part human. Part organic and part machine.
Terminator.
No. Terminator is like the other way.
All machine.
Yeah.
I don't think about. That doesn't sort of feel like ending I would have chosen. I don't like sort of the synthesizing everything, but maybe the other choices were so bad that I had to take that one.
Yeah.
I can't remember all the choices. Did they introduce new choices with the?
I think there was like a new choice in the end that was like the fourth one that where Shepard doesn't do anything. He or she doesn't choose like anything or something like that. He just walks away. I don't know. I didn't try that one.
So okay.
So I don't know.
Can he shoot the Star Child?
I think he can just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. It's something like that.
Well, that sounds a bit about right. But it's probably a bad ending, knowing how they think.
Yeah. Well, I had basically my choice was it was sort of like following spoilers, by the way, of fuck it. It's been like 7 or 8 years since Battlestar Galactica ended, but I sort of made my choice based on that because I really liked the ending of Battlestar Galactica. So
Okay.
so that was why I chose what I chose.
Right. So do you have any idea what my number one will be?
Your number one, what would be there? Let's see. I'm gonna just like quickly scroll like through all of this to see what your number one could be. Let's see. I'm gonna list something.
All right.
And
are you going to list Sniper Elite 4?
Yes, that was the first one. Actually, okay. Just don't say anything yet.
Yep.
So Kingdom Come Deliverance, because it's like sword and stuff like that. You might be interested in that. Then it's nothing of the red ones here.
Why are they red, by the way?
I think this is Nintendo's games because they're
Okay,
Pokemon.
right,
I think they're like a bit color coded or something. It's not gonna be Injustice 2, of course not. Even if you like that, like the DC things, but it's not gonna be that. God damn it! What could it be? Could it be Detroit? No, it can't be Detroit Become Human because it's PS4, so it's not gonna be that one either. It's not Watch Dogs 2, or it's not gonna be For Honor either. It can't be that, can it? No. Is it South Park? South Park, The Fractured Butthole. No, that's not it. That's not it either. God damn it. What could it be? Because you said Mass Effect already. Because I was sort of like thinking that it could be Mass Effect 3, the new, but damn it, you said it already, so it can't be that. And it can't be anything from Xbox because you're not gonna.
Oh wait, I'm not saying anything.
God damn it! What could it be? Walking Dead Season 3. No, god damn it. It's not gonna be Sherlock Holmes, even if you are like a Sherlock Holmes fan. But it's not gonna be that, or Call of Cthulhu, even if you are sort of like a fan. God damn it. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that it's Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Nope.
Okay, so
guess again.
Fuck.
It's gonna be a long podcast, but we'll see.
Fuck Walking Dead Season 3.
Nope.
God damn it. It's not gonna be Fallout either because that's not gonna be. It's on this list, I suppose.
I think it's on. I mean, it's definitely in E3, but I think it's also in this list.
Yeah, it should be on this list, I think. It's not Dawn of War 3 either.
Nope.
No.
Pretty sure it's in the. I'm pretty sure I saw it on this list as well, so it should be there. I just didn't notice while you were scrolling it, but it should be there somewhere.
Days Gone. No, no, it's a console exclusive. I think Sony, so it's not gonna be that either. God damn it. Verdun. No.
No.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Shall I civilize you about it?
Oh, Civilization. Okay, where it should be somewhere here, I think.
It was.
It's here.
There.
It's exclusive to PC.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about it.
Well, I'm a long-time Civilization fan. I've played almost every Civilization, and I mean, I know it's basically more the same in this case. I mean, it's some new features like the city will be more. You can build it. You have to build it sort of more wide space instead just one square hex square.
Yeah.
It's now more spaces, and Then there's lots of things that they haven't still revealed, but I presume that they will sort of overhaul a few systems again and just make it enough different to be fun to play it again.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I really like the style.
It reminds me of quite a lot of the last games, so it's sort of similar in feel, but
But it's more like
I
World
know
of.
I will spend lots of hours with it unless they somehow manage to ruin the system, but I sort of think that they won't. I mean, Firaxis has been doing so fairly good games anyway in these days. Although it might be with Civilization, like once again, that the first version that they release isn't that good, but then with the first expansion, that it will be great.
Yeah, like in a year, they're gonna update and patch and then release the other features and.
Yeah, they have a bit of a problem with Civilizations many times that the first release isn't quite there yet, but then they get there with the expansion.
Yeah.
But with XCOM, they sort of managed to do it properly with the first release already. So.
Yeah. I really like this game. Sort of like visually, it sort of like reminds me of like Warcraft 3 in a way, because it's a bit more candy looking colors and vibrant and
yeah, it's pleasant to look at.
Yeah, but I really like that when you like build at least the bigger buildings, like the monuments, like the pyramids and the Eiffel Tower, that you actually see them actually building them. The animation was like super cool because you can see the pyramid actually being built like layer by layer, like they were going. Like,
there seems to be improving on that. So that's cool. Yeah, and it's much about the feeling. I mean, it's a game that you play on leisurely pace and sort of hope that okay, maybe you will win it or not. I mean, you can do a super warlike nation or just try with different tactics to win the game, and winning is probably the most problematic part of Civilization in a way that you might put many hours to the game and then realize that you can't win.
or that the only viable option is to just fuck up every other nation and kill them.
Sort of. I hope that this game just evolves with diplomacy and stuff like that, sort of that there are sort of more ways to win, more interesting ways to win. Because war is sometimes fun too, and it's fun to do it at times, but it's more just to sort of to manage your nation and sort of get everything working like you would like and get all the production in right way and just get it. Yeah, it's fun management game.
I haven't played that much Civilization. I think I like basically saw it the first iteration when I was really young, and I didn't understand any of it because I was just basically used to Super Mario Bros. And and I didn't even understand English at that point. But I played a little bit on.
Do you understand English now?
Not really. Okay. It's just like a haphazard trial and error. But I mean, I played few games of Civ 5, and every time I played it on a fairly easy difficulty because, and every time I won the game by just killing every other nation or just like subduing them, and my tactic was usually just that I produce like the siege machines and everything as much as I can, and then I just like circle around the capitals and then just bombard, and then I actually managed to make the World Council at one point, and then I think I tried to influence the first thing that I could that I was the first nation that could like do something in the first round of the World Council,
Right.
and I think I'd made something that was like superbly good for my nation, and then I destroyed everyone else before there was any other like vote for anything else.
Okay, so you're a very, very nice world
I
reader. Yeah.
I basically destroyed everyone on my continent, and then I traveled with boats to another continent and killed the last one that was there.
Yeah, basically, usually you don't have to do that. I mean, if there's several continents, usually enough to sort of, if you go with war, sort of conquer your own continent, and then you're probably strong enough to sort of to win the game.
Yeah, but I
Because
just
it's sort of at some point, depending on map size, it sort of becomes bothersome to try to manage everything.
well,
There's
yeah, I mean it's like the last thing I was like I had to like move my armies across the ocean, and it was like super tedious to just like, okay, I'm gonna move them now 4 tiles and 4 tiles and 4 tiles, and it was like going and going and going, and it was like really slow. But I was like, I'm gonna I'm gonna fuck this shit up like real good, and I'm gonna leave no survivors.
and
And
you
and I was
left the path of blood behind you.
yeah, I think I was Ramses the second. So I spread my monotheistic. No, was it like I think it was like monotheistic religion where my ruler was basically the god also.
Okay.
So I was like, worship me and die, not like
Right.
worship me or die, but
Right.
worship me
Your version,
and
you didn't
die.
get plagued by locuses or anything like that.
I destroyed everyone before they managed to yell help from their gods.
Right. Okay, there's Cleopatra, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah, very lively animations. I actually haven't seen all the trailers. So.
yeah. It was almost like some sort of like Wild Star type animations.
Yeah. It's always been cartoony in later version, but I think they're really nice looking.
Yeah.
So maybe I feel will probably be fun.
Cool.
But yeah, that's the top 5.
So,
then maybe we should mention our sort of honorable mentions or something that could be interesting.
Yeah. So what else did you pick like that?
Okay, so I'll start. This is just sort of, I mean, it's sort of felt like a fun idea, but I don't know if I get to buy the game ever or anything like that. But I was amused by looking at the Friday the 13th game.
Ah, yeah. Friday, yeah.
So you basically play as a Jason or the
kids
or people that he's trying to kill.
Yeah.
And I guess it's multiplayer.
Yeah, it's asymmetric multiplayer. I think it was it like 7 versus 1 or something like that?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, because
there it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I was actually interested in this because I saw it at one point when they were on Kickstarter at first, and
I remember that.
There was I think the person who holds the IP for Friday the 13th contacted the people and say that like what about if you make it Friday the 13th game instead of like I think it was something else called first. But then they were like, okay, let's make a deal, and then they made it like official Friday the 13th game.
That was smart move from IP holder, I think.
Yeah, that was, but it's
because this isn't so hot IP.
Yeah, but it's
a classical sort of serial killer movie type of thing. Everyone knows what Friday the 13th is.
Yeah, but there's one weird thing about this thing because I heard first about this, and only now during the E3 I heard about the other game that is also a serial killer versus 4 players.
Oh.
And it's already on Steam Early Access at this point.
Oh, so it's something that someone decided to copy. Oh, this is really brutal looking, the murders.
Yeah.
Although they were brutal in the movies too, so why not? But it was still nasty.
Yeah, but I think they have more. I think there actually is like maximum seven kids versus Jason in this game, and the other one had like 4 versus the killer. But I think they have in the early access they have one map now, and I don't know how.
This is farther away.
Yeah,
I wonder how the sort of the kids win in this version. Do they have to escape the area, or do they just have to survive enough hours or something?
I think in this Friday the 13th, the idea was that they're like they have the different archetypes. There's the jock, the cheerleader, the nerd, and so forth, and each of those have like their own objectives that they have to do to escape, and they can work together or they can work against each other.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
So I think that was the thing with this, and of course Jason has to kill them before they manage to fulfill their own.
We should really get this. This could be fun as a sort of, co-op.
Yeah,
trying
this
to
could
survive some asshole player who plays Jason.
Yeah, or maybe we can try to like reanimate the failed Civilization 5 group and get those guys also get the game. So we have like this sort of like.
Oh, right, yeah. We ever managed to play a game in that?
Yeah, we never did. But and in the other game, I think they have to start some generators to open a door or something. So it's a bit different in there. Right. But in that game, the player, the killer, basically incapacitates the young people and puts them in meat hooks, but they don't die immediately, and the other players can come and revive them if they are fast enough. And if they are not fast enough, then there's like this,
someone who's attached to a meat hook.
Yeah, it's like the dudes are like hanging like there.
I guess that will need some stitches.
Yeah. But
I think it's sort of fun that you can sort of, there's hiding places and stuff like that, and I don't know if there's actually dynamic music in this game too, that if you see Jason it will do or something.
Yeah. Maybe, well, I think they had like something in or the original Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, so maybe they can have something like that. Who knows? I don't know. It could be this could be fun if they manage to make it like.
And apparently Jason can't run in this because he's always walking.
Yeah, but it was.
He seems to have some sort of teleport ability, but.
Perhaps in the other game.
Teleporting in different places in the map, but.
Yeah, in the other game, the killer could see see every time they managed to turn on the different generators, the killer could see the generators coming on, like an infravision or something like that, and then.
He seems to have some sort of vision too. I mean, he sees something on red and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So
it could be fun.
It could be, yeah. So
What do you have?
Okay, so of course we can go in like
turns.
Yeah, and turns. So I have. I'm not gonna. It doesn't bother to show them here, but I was sort of like excited about the Skyrim remaster.
Why? What have they remastered? Graphics or something?
I don't know. I'm just like curious to see if there's gonna be like because I was planning on installing Skyrim and some mods, but now I'm just like curious to see if they release the remaster and then you can get the mods for that one. So who knows?
Well, what's in the remastered version? What's different?
I think it's just mostly visual overhaul.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Maybe I buy it. It would be the third time to buy that game.
Oh dear, I haven't bought it the first time because I've tried previous Elder Scrolls and I just can't get into them. I like more sort of involvement in story. It's too sandboxy, and I like sandbox if it's sort of in multiplayer environment, sort of that you can role play or something there. But it's at least felt too static in previous games.
Maybe you need to have the mods with the survival things so you can have more challenge. Because
it's not about challenge. It's more about just feeling that the world is alive and that there's some other people more to interact and adventure with, so sort of having
yeah.
party members and stuff like that. And Skyrim isn't really about that.
Yeah, the other part for me was because this big fuss for me was more about like Bethesda based. The other part of this was the Fallout Shelter because it's coming to PC now, also in July. So that was interesting because I was like, I would like to see this on PC, and then 2 minutes later in the Bethesda showcase, they're like, oh, it's also coming for PC. I was like, okay.
What was Fallout Shelters? What was that?
Fallout Shelter is the game where you build the vault. It was on iPads and iPhones. iPads, like tablets and phone, like smartphones.
What does it look like? Do you have a
The
image?
I'm not sure if it's here. Let's
I can
see.
Google it too, I guess.
It's basically it looks the same like the base building in the new XComs. It's on the from the side view, and you can basically see the.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it now. So it's some sort of management game.
Well, yeah, it's a management game. Yeah.
Oh, it's using the Pip-Boy avatar.
Yeah. The people are like from there, and you can build a base and have different like rooms for different activities and.
Will the PC version have more than the sort of the
I
other
don't.
versions?
They. I think they're probably gonna have the same. I think, but they're now with the PC version. They're also introducing quests for the game. Because
Okay, so it will be a larger game.
Yeah, but I think the quests are gonna be in the mobile versions too. But
Okay.
previously the there was like this system where you could like give the different citizens or denizens in the vault like weapons and armor.
If this is coming to PC and this was a mobile game, does this mean it's some sort of micro pay?
I don't know. That seem I have to check that out first, and if it's gonna be
good idea, but depends what's the gameplay, and is the gameplay just buy things to speed up the building process?
Well, you can at least you can play the Fallout Shelter on mobile without paying anything.
Yeah, but usually it means that everything gets really slow if you don't pay anything.
I'm not sure what what paying in Fallout Shelter does actually. I think the Fallout when you pay stuff you can get the lunch boxes that you can open and have different like items in there, but I don't think it speeds up anything, or it could be.
Do you control the people at all in the?
No, you don't like actually like you don't play the people, but you can drag them in different rooms and you can make them give them different weapons and different outfits.
So it's a bit like Sims or something, like you can sort of play with their fate if you want to.
Well, it's sort of like basically you have these different rooms that do different things in the vault, and then you have the different people who have different stats. Some have more intelligence, some have more stamina and endurance.
So put your stupid people to manage the nuclear reactor or something.
Well, yeah, it's basically that the charismatic people should be in the radio room who like call other people into the vault, and intelligent people should be in med bay or research facilities, and then the different clothes have different like they boost different abilities. Like if you have lab coats, they have like intelligence plus, and then you can drag the people outside the vault to make them go into the outside world, hunt. They can gather loot and kill different things, and then they can find new people also, and all kind of stuff like that. But now they make the quests, so maybe you have more control over the characters doing those quests.
It doesn't seem to be on Steam yet or in any modes yet.
No, I think it was supposed to be on PC in July, I think.
In July?
Yeah.
Okay. So, interesting that Skype says that no microphone detected, but
I can still hear you.
So
yeah,
this is brilliant.
Yeah, this is. So what else do you have on your honorable mentions?
What else I have? I do have more. One moment, I'll look to my list. I have quite a few actually.
We can go them on a bit faster
Yeah,
pace.
we can. I was thinking that there was this. I'm just trying to find. Well, I just pick out other game now. Call of Cthulhu.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I have that actually also, so we can check that
Yeah.
one. So yeah, Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts about it?
Well, Call of Cthulhu or Cthulhu franchise is sort of always been sort of unlucky child. So you've got past it. It was lower.
Oh,
Sort of unlucky child in what sort of games and movies it gets. So I'm hopeful that maybe they would get a good, interesting thing going. There it is. Sort of like maybe something, some sort of feeling like in Amnesia or something like that. Sort of tense feeling going on there.
yeah.
So maybe like that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I sort of recently, it was a couple of years back, I played some. I didn't play the entire game because I didn't somehow manage to get past one point, and I
Right.
didn't have. I haven't read walkthrough, so I was maybe like having these hopes that I'm gonna play it at some point again, but I
Right.
haven't yet. But the Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth. It's like
Right. It was the action game.
well, the first part that I played is actually more closer to adventure and detective and sort of like the amnesia thing because you don't have any weapons in that part. You're just
Right.
like investigating the murder or something like that.
Okay.
And it was really cool. And then there's this like awesome scene where you're like sleeping in the hotel room and then the fucking villagers, deranged motherfuckers, are like trying to burst through the door. And before you go to sleep, you can, you can check, you can lock the doors and check that the doors are locked. And it's gonna take them longer time to try to burst through the door. And then you have to make this like escape by running through the other doors, other rooms in the hotel, and locking the doors and barricading the pushing like
It's directly from one of the stories.
yeah. It's from the Shadow over Innsmouth,
Yeah.
and it's like super
Well, that
cool.
sounds cool. So it's worth of trying the game. I
Yeah,
guess you
yeah,
can
yeah.
get it cheap from
Yeah,
from Steam sales.
yeah, and it doesn't cost a lot even without the
Let's see what
sales
it
because
costs right
because it's
now.
like I think it was originally like in 2004 on Xbox
Yeah, well,
360 or
let's see.
something.
Was it called Call of Cthulhu 2?
Dark Corners of the Earth.
Let's go dark.
So that's that. People are saying that everyone is like saying
you can
that
get it on €10 right now.
yeah, but it's probably gonna be even cheaper during the sale. But people
Yeah,
are
no point buying anything right now. But maybe let's put it on my maybe pile.
yeah, but it's weird because people are saying that the first part of the game to that point and a bit after that is like excellent Call of Cthulhu game.
And then it
but then it
changes
turns
to a shooter or something.
yeah shooter, but it's not the really good shooter.
Okay.
But I never got that far, so I just only have like the first part, which is like the detective horror thing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool, but maybe it's gonna be something like that. Hopefully,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Hopefully it will be good. But that was interesting. So what else do you have?
Next one that I have is Dawn of War 3.
Right.
So
yeah.
so it's
Warhammer basically.
Warhammer, yeah.
Why not?
Because I never played the first one, but I played the second one cooperatively because it was really cool. The Dawn of War 2.
Against games with both 1 and 2, but
I think it's gonna be the third one is gonna be more like the first one, and you have like base building and more units, and it's not gonna be so focused on the hero units as much as in the second one.
Interesting in a way that there hasn't been much games with base building and stuff like that of late.
Yeah. So they I think they're gonna be more of the sort of like traditional RTS like the first one was.
Yeah, but I was sort of it was sort of strange that the whole genre sort of vanished at some point.
Yeah, it is. It is because they made the Command and Conquer games, and then when they didn't make those, then it was like gone.
Yeah, Warcraft and no Warcraft games either.
Yeah, and well, they have the StarCraft, but no one plays. I suppose it's more esports. So
Yeah, well, StarCraft is still there, I guess, and some expansions, but yeah.
but this looks interesting, and at least so.
Well, it looks like small Warhammer 40k, so why not? Why not?
Yeah, yeah, and
It could
jump
be fun.
and those jump packs. I mean, when we played like cooperatively with a friend, I had the Force Commander, and then I had the jump packs, and I think there was some other unit that I also had. But my Force Commander and I had the jump packs, and everyone had the the jump things. So it was cool to when the other guys were like laying heavy fire, then I just jumped in and like had the melee dudes, and it was awesome. So
Right.
what else? So what's your next?
What else? What else? Well, brief mention actually that on Star Wars games that maybe the adventure RPG game that they briefly mentioned that is coming.
Oh, it was the part where the dude was walking outside, inside the building, and then walked outside, like the third person. Was it that?
I don't know if there was if there was even footage about
Because I saw some cinematic, but it was like super brief in the
yeah,
EA.
so it's still far away. But original story and sort of RPG, it could be good, but it's too early to say, and there's not much to say about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
True.
just to sort of a mention that it got my attention, but hard to say what it will be in practice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's then true. Well, I guess your turn.
Okay, so yeah, South Park, Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, it sort of seemed funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first one was also the testicle of truth. I mean, the stick of truth, but it's testicle of truth. So I didn't play. I have the first one, but I haven't played it. But well, I played it. I visited a friend and played it a bit, and it was basically South Park if it was a game, and it was hilarious. Of course, it was with the humor and all that stuff, and because it's made by the writers, I think, are the Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So and the second one's trailer was it was, of course, this time. Previously it was the fantasy art things, and now it's superhero. So
yeah.
So there was the Captain America Civil War things and everything like that was, of course, there, and was
yeah. It seemed, I mean, seemed like fun. So
yeah.
I haven't played the first one, but
yeah, but it was cool. Yeah, so
there's that.
Yeah. So what's your next?
Then this is something that I don't know much about, but maybe it could be fun, interesting thing to explore. There's this thing called the Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
So it's sort of that you can. It sort of feels like based on FAQs and stuff like that. That it's sort of a bit like like Ark or other survival things, but it's not.
Yeah, it was like
it's sort of that you build your own. Everyone, it's a multiplayer game first of all.
Yeah.
And you sort of
you
have other people, have lots of people be part of your sort of your ship's crew, and you go on an adventure.
Yeah, basically I think it was like one dude is like driving the ship, and the other ones are like doing the sails and all that stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It could be fun. It could be fun, sort of. At least I'm thinking it in role-playing sense. If there could be if you could manage sort of get a good crew and crew of people, it could be sort of fun.
Yeah, I was like it was like I hadn't really paid attention to this before the
Yeah,
E3, and it was like
yeah, this was new to me as well.
yeah, but I was hyped at first, but then I saw that it was Windows 10,
Oh,
so
okay,
well,
that's a minus. That's a
yeah,
minus.
yeah, but well, I mean, I'm not sure if it's gonna be on. You can play it on Windows 7 or anything, but it was part of the Xbox. You can play it on both Xbox One and Windows 10. Although it was like Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. We have to still a couple of months before you have to pay to transfer to Windows 10.
Right.
But I don't know.
On similar sort of games, may I say a
Yeah,
second
sure,
one?
sure.
And I'm not sure if it was featured on E3, but it was announced just recently. So I presume it was there, but it's definitely not on the list as I can see it.
Okay.
But because I am a big Conan fan, I'm interested in the what it's called, Conan.
It was the survival Conan.
Yeah.
It was
So
basically the same as Ark, but with
yeah,
Conan.
exactly. But I don't know if Ark has private servers. Does it have?
It has. Yeah,
Okay, so it's basically the same.
yeah.
But it could be. I mean, Funcom has sort of right idea in many things, and the Age of Conan was pretty fun game. So they definitely get the Conan universe. So
Yeah, but it's
maybe it
like
will be fun game. And it's hard to say how much sort of is it basically just Arc or how much content there will be sort of
yeah.
in there. It's early days still, but it's actually coming to early access in few months.
Oh.
So it's only been in development for 9 months, so it's interesting.
My only connection to the game is very vague. It's like a friend of a friend is making art for the game.
Oh,
So it's not. I don't
is
know
there
the
a Finnish
person.
artist there?
Yeah,
Then?
yeah. There's a Finnish artist living in Norway, and I think she's the. I'm not sure if she's the lead artist or something, but it's a friend of a friend. So I don't know her personally, but I just know that. So yeah. Anyway, I just.
Well, the art side looks cool in it, so
but the,
she's definitely doing her job.
but I was just like, I'm not sure if it was. So it was something like there was this weird idea that what is best in life, Conan, and then
I
Conan
remember
is
a
like,
post about it.
yeah, it's like to build a fortress to get water and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's gonna. You have to try it and then
Yeah, I
tell me.
understand the idea, but I mean, yeah, Conan is sort of high adventure. I agree, but high adventure could exist if you could do some sort of interesting cities and people manage to do it together and there's stuff to do. But
Yeah.
it's hard to say what it will form to, and I don't have personal experience much with the archetype games, so this could be my first sort of real experience with that too. So we'll see.
I was like, wondering why you haven't like already played Ark, but I think you're
Because it
really.
has dinosaurs.
Yeah, because you're like a super dinosaur fan, but I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
but the
But
reason was it like because it's on early access, you don't want to try it now yet?
yeah, and I think did it come out of early access already?
No, I think it's still in early access.
Yeah, I'm not too big fan of early accesses, and secondly, I'm just thinking that how many hours I have to invest in this
A
game
lot, a lot of
because it
hours.
seems to be clink clink clink.
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll start it with Conan or something. I don't know. I mean, even in that, I hope I don't have to do that too much, and maybe I just find good stories of people or something. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
or just like watch gameplay on YouTube. Get the best parts that way. Because
Yeah, I've watched gameplays on Ark.
because there was one pretty impressive, but at the same time, because it's Arc and everything looks like really sort of like downplayed because when you have like these building games, the modules that you build the houses are pretty
they
lame.
look very square-like. Yeah.
Yeah. But there was this one thing where they have like 20 pterodactyls or something like
Oh
that,
yeah.
and that video that was pretty.
So-
It was impressive, except that it was lagging like shit.
And
So it was
strange.
like, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it seems to be going to the way that everyone built their houses on top of dinosaurs and stuff like that.
but the latest actually the latest installment that they announced or revealed for Ark, where the something like Titanosaurus, where you can actually build like an actual building on top of the dinosaur. It's that huge.
I was looking at that, so I was thinking, okay.
So you can.
Yeah, that will work.
Yeah, but they could build like small things like on the flying dinosaurs previously.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of platforms, and you can have weapons there or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So
it's a strange. It's sort of interesting, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to mention this because they were sort of similar concepts, the pirates and the Conan thing.
Yeah.
So what do you have? What do you have still?
I have Detroit Become Human.
So what's that? I noticed that
this one is also an exclusive for PS4. So it's a bit of like but I really like the Quantic Dream did a few years back like this tech demo that was called Kara. There was this AI robot woman thing that they were building, and there was like suddenly she has the AI like basically goes from being like an AI into something that actually learns and becomes like what's it called when the AI reaches this point?
Artificial intelligence?
Is it no, there's like this word like it's not synergy, it's
Terminator.
yeah, basically what Skynet has. It becomes actually like
conscious.
Thinking.
Conscious.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. There is a word for it, but this looks interesting. But it's Quantic Dream game, so it's a different type of game. There's like some detective stuff, and you have these AI things, and you have this story that can branch depending on what you do, the different choices.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And there's in the later there was like this is like a hostage negotiation thing, and then they show that if you make different things, depends what happens. It might be that both the hostage taker and the hostage are dead, or no one dies, or only the evil dude dies, or the negotiator dies, or everyone dies, or something like that. So they're like different.
So you're playing the negotiator.
I don't know who you're actually. You probably have multiple different like characters that you play, like in the previous games they have, because there was the woman character was in the previous trailer, and now you have this dude who is like the negotiator here.
And he's sort of robot, I guess.
Yeah, they're both robots.
The woman is too. Okay.
No, yeah, the woman is, and this dude is also a robot who is taking the hostage.
Yeah, because he has the Illuminati symbol or something.
Yeah, they're like so they're showing like this is one outcome, and then it goes back and they show like what different things could have happened, and God damn it, I don't remember the word for what happens when the AI actually becomes aware of itself.
Okay.
There's the one word that...
Self-aware.
I don't know. There's actually a word. There's one word.
Humanity is fucked.
That's the end result from that word. God damn it. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I don't... But yeah, this was interesting. This was interesting thing. Who knows how it's gonna be, but it's Quantic Dream and David Cage, so he has a bit different way to approach video games. He wants to make you feel emotions.
Yes, okay. Fine. But this sort of... okay, this seems fine and interesting, but sort of it seems like lots of quick time action.
Yeah. This is These games are sort of his games are a bit like that. Like really a lot of like context sensitive actions that you have to
Right.
do.
So it's just sort of pick your story.
Yeah. But it looks really nice.
Yeah, that's true.
The characters are actually. I mean, I sympathize with the hostage taker in that when you see it, like he releases the
Oh,
hostage and
you sympathize with a guy who has kidnapped a child.
well, I mean, when you look at the person when the robot gives back the girl and it doesn't do anything and then they shoot him anyway. So you can see that there's something behind its eyes that it's like it's
Okay.
actually sentient and not like I don't know. Robot lives
So
matter.
it's Detroit, so will there be a Robocop there?
I don't know. But
Thank
yeah.
you for your cooperation.
Yeah, you have 5 seconds to comply. ED209 was it?
1,
Yeah, and then
2,
it like yeah.
3. Please disarm yourself.
That trial went well for the one guy. Like it was like basically a meat salad.
Like every beta test that we've been part of. Yeah.
But yeah, that those are basically. I had one like sort of more like a weird game called Grow Up. It's like this puzzle game with a robot that has like hands and that you
Okay.
basically control differently. But it was like a more like a
Toy.
yeah, it's on
I
Steam.
guess so,
The
yeah.
previous version is on Steam also, and I played it a bit, but it was interesting.
Okay,
But
I don't know.
do you have any other?
Well, just a sort of mention, and this is console only, but just
Oh,
sort of curiosity mentioned that I wonder what Batman Arkham VR will be about.
oh yeah. Was it
Because
gonna?
VR was pretty big, so virtual reality things were pretty big in this expo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And the trailer doesn't really show other than listen to Joker talking to Batman, so that doesn't really show what the experience will be like.
So it's called Experience, or no, it's Batman Arkham VR. What is it gonna be?
I don't know. It's by Rocksteady, so I guess it's something new, and I don't know. It's interesting. It's only to consoles, but I guess it's Sony VR thing, so it's
Yeah, it's the more
tied to that.
yeah.
But I don't know. Sort of just interesting what it will be about. I'm just interested. Is it
But
just sort of Arkham games totally in first person or something? I don't know.
no, it's not gonna be. No
Well,
one's
it
no
would be
no
hard at least
no.
to do
I
fights
don't
and stuff like that.
I don't think no one is ever gonna make any of those games actually VR because while they have the tech for the visuals, but they can still there are still difficulties to make the characters move, you know, because it's
You're
always
on
going to be
yeah.
first person perspective,
That's
but
fair enough, yeah.
but then they're like how are you going to move in that like
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just sort of interesting question mark what that will be about.
yeah, but also they say that here that it's exclusive VR experience, but it could be like a timed exclusive that they have 6 months and then it's going to be on PC and Xbox One also because that game isn't.
It could be, but this is something that they're trying to use to sell their VR gear, I guess.
Yes, of course,
And Sony VR gear is only compatible with PlayStation, I think. It's not. You can't put it on PC, can you?
I don't think you can. I think Oculus and Vive are at the moment the only ones that
Right.
are basically.
Although I don't know. I mean, if I was Sony, I mean, okay, I want to advertise my PlayStation, but would it harm them too much to offer it for PC as well? I don't know. Offer their VR stuff for PC too.
I don't.
Because I presume all the connections and stuff like that are just standard USB and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm presuming there will be hacks for it, but I mean, will there be official support? I don't know.
Yeah, that I don't know. There is a competition already on PC also because you have the Vive, and unless Sony is able to compete with price, that is. But Xbox, I think, is gonna go with the Oculus, I think, if I remember correctly. And Nintendo is gonna get its own VR version, I think, with the new NX.
Probably on Batman theme, I'm sort of interested in Telltale Batman Adventure as well.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like, I don't think it was like, was it shown on E3? No, they revealed it before E3, like week before E3, I think.
Yeah, but we're not being too strict about this. Damn it! It's E3. I don't know.
Yeah, but they don't have but they don't have like a video here. I don't think.
That's true. I guess Telltale is a smaller company. Maybe they didn't sort of want to pay for the E3 booth.
Because they did have.
They announced it during. I mean, this time, so it was sort of their E3. Wait, they had the Walking Dead.
Yeah, they had the Walking Dead, but I'm like just like asking, but they didn't have.
I don't know why they didn't, but they just announced it before. I don't know, but that's interesting to me anyway. So if it will be some sort of detective story in a way, and hopefully it will have actual choices to it. So I don't know. They haven't managed to do the actual choices very well still. I mean, it's sort of this ends up to the same point sort of thing, that there might be some different pathways, but it always ends to the same point.
Yeah, I was actually checking like earlier this year some YouTube video where someone was talking about the Telltale Games choice thing, and it was they went through
smoke and mirrors many times.
Yeah, they went through basically the game. I think it was like the first Walking Dead season, right. And
there's no real actual. So I mean
it was weird because they were like.
There's some graphics about sort of the choices too.
Yeah, they tried every combination. I think it was
basically it ends up the same.
Yeah. It was, there were like a lot of choices, but the choices were.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Telltale games. They sort of haven't gotten over their adventure game background, which usually has one story. And I sort of understand that you can make a stronger story by focusing on something, but with these kind of games, you really need to give real choices. Sort of.
Yeah, but real choices are expensive to make.
They are, but I mean, I presume that they're trying to head that way.
Yeah. I think like
they've been making new games steadily, so I think they're being successful.
Yeah, and I would think that because those kinds of like adventure games like the Telltale games are, it's not like I feel that it's not a good reason to say that it's expensive to make those things, because those games are about those choices anyway.
Yes.
That's the mechanic their game. Yeah, it's like it would be like saying that no, we can't make 6 guns for an first-person shooter because it's expensive, because guns are like integral part of like Doom or something. So it's like it would be sort of like, of course it's not the same, it's not equivalent to those things, but it's sort of the same philosophy that you should basically put the money into the things that actually are about the game.
True. So do you have anything else on your list?
The last mention I would have would be Ghost Recon Wildlands, but we don't need to check the video because it's been already seen so many times.
Is it Tom Clancy or?
Yeah, and people are a bit at the moment people are sort of wondering if they're gonna be able to pull it, or if they're gonna have some sort of like downgrade or something else for it. But I don't know. It still looks It still looks interesting to me. Some people are like it looks shit, but I don't know. It actually looks something that could be made, and not like Watch Dogs 1 that had the super high detailed graphics, and then they basically had to downgrade it a lot when they released it. But this looks something that could be like done on today's.
Right. This is a good game. So it's basically, I guess it's scenarios, different sort of police work again, or
Well, yeah, you're some sort of
directives.
CIA agent or something. It's an open world, and uh, you go and kill drug dealers, and you have to actually, I think, arrest some of them also.
Okay, well that I mean, if you, I mean, to me, if you're doing sort of this sort of game, I mean, the main goal should be, I mean, okay, there's situations where you can't take prisoners, but they're law enforcement forcers, so the main thing probably shouldn't be about executing everyone, but making
Yeah,
arrests as well.
yeah, I don't know, because they were just like, there was like gameplay footage, and then they were like, well, this doesn't look tactical at all. The only tactical thing is that you can go prone, and with the character. I was like, how can you say, because you haven't like, and the only other thing that was tactical was the drone that you can ride like a fly in the thing. It was like, what the hell, you haven't seen the entire game, you have seen only a part of it, and they're already like,
Well,
it
that
doesn't look
doesn't
like.
stop anyone from judging.
Yeah. But I suppose it's not like that hardcore like some like earlier Ghost Recon games, and I kind of understand that. But if it's gonna be still fun, and you can do the missions like in a way you want to make them, and it's cooperation, 4 players. So even if it's not gonna be like super realistic, I don't care. If it's fun,
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
yeah,
Be good.
yeah.
We'll see. I have few mentions left. Just I don't know much about them, but
Okay.
might be something, or might not be. I mean, of Kings and Men.
What's that? What was it?
It's sort of a medieval Kings of Men allows you experience huge player-driven battles with no other, engage massive combat with more than 200 players, capture territories, fight.
So it's not the
For honor.
No. It's
That's well, yeah, non-For Honor sort of feels sort of maybe interesting too. I mean, I don't know enough of either of these.
but it's not Mountain Blade too. No.
No, and that could be, that's sort of in same category too. I mean, I would put of King and Men, Mountain Blade, and For Honor are all on sort of. Let's see what happens with these games.
Okay. So is this open world?
I think so.
And is it multiplayer? It is.
As I understand, yes. It looks neat.
So you build also stuff. So it's a bit like Conan as well.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit like Ark and Conan, maybe.
Okay. Huh. I did not even know about this game.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Now is half the battle.
Now the only thing is to gather enough friends who will be the peasants when you are the knight. So that the other people have the meaningful and fulfilling job of building your empire while you do all the cool stuff like fighting and riding horses
Exactly.
and betting wenches from taverns and all that good stuff that knights do. And then you can rule over your peasant friends who will forever be in like at your mercy, and they will feel joy playing as your subjects. But I mean, apparently you can build like an actual like fortress or something with like walls and stuff. It's interesting. We'll see.
Just something to watch for. It's
cool.
I don't have enough information, but
Game of the year.
To watch for.
Cool. What else?
And, I would like one mention on Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR mission.
That was
just so that it could be cool to experience it on virtual reality, sort of being inside of a X-Wing or TIE fighter. I don't know if you can fly a TIE fighter on this one, but I sort of presume if it's Battlefront, you can play both sides usually.
Yeah.
So it sort of reminds me of TIE fighter. I mean, they shouldn't do it as a Battlefront game. They should do it as a, separate X-Wing game or TIE fighter game.
Yeah.
But this could be cool still. Cool experience, but Battlefront game probably is not very detailed game. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, how simulation or how arcade is it gonna be?
Yeah, probably too arcade, but just sort of. I mean, it could be sort of just to experience sort of going to hyperspace and doing the flying in VR could be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be on rails shooter. It says here on rails shooter.
Oh.
So it's gonna be. It's gonna
Let's
be.
remove this on the list.
Yeah, it's gonna be like.
Or let's say it's. Let's say that I would do the on rails thing once, but it's really not worth paying anything for.
Yeah, but I mean, it's perfect for you because you like the rides in the theme parks.
No, well, that's true, but it's.
Now you can experience it at home.
50 euros for one ride. I guess I pay.
You
50 euros or more to get inside of a park, but
you forget that you have to pay $350 for the console and $600 for the VR, and then that's probably gonna be like that VR mission is gonna be the free one.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just should wait that they built the Star Wars land in Disneyland or. It's coming.
Oh yeah, of course it's coming.
A few years away, it will have Star Wars rides and stuff like that.
Well, they have to make all the movies, the new trilogy, so that they can have all the attractions for each of the movies.
Yeah, well, they have. I presume it will be for the new stuff mostly, but I don't know. I'm sure it will be an interesting experience.
So, did you have anything else?
I'm not a big fan of Saints Row or anything. I've never really played it, but Agent of Mayhem seems interesting concept.
It was the Volition's new game.
Yeah. It's part of the same universe apparently.
Okay, I actually only now today saw a bit of the gameplay. It was like you could switch between the characters somehow.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's fun, but I don't know. Saints Row is so over the top and stuff like that. So I don't. This seems a bit different, even if it's the same universe. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you mean? Saints Row is over the top. I mean, it's the most realistic game I've ever played. Oh. You have a pink dildo sword. What could be more realistic?
Do you have a pink dildo? Oh well, let's do not answer that.
I mean, I've played like some. I haven't played through either of the Saints Row 3 or 4, but I've played quite a lot of them still. The best part of those games is definitely the character customization.
Okay.
I don't like the driving mechanics, but then again, when you play 4, the Central 4, you don't really have to drive because it's all about superhero power, so you can fly basically all over the place.
Right.
And it was pretty cool to fly, but the fucking world was like this computer world where everything was like red or like really dark colors, and it was like starting to be not so cool.
Okay.
And of course, the games parody other games like Mass Effect, and
Yeah. But comedy is sort of hard in computer games.
yeah, and it's a hit animes, and it.
Mm.
I like the one where because in Mass Effect you have the relationship things,
Yeah.
and in Saints Row 4 you had the basically like, uh, you wanna fuck, and then there was like yes or no, and that was it. So it was like it was the
Well, we
weird.
know your answer.
It was the weirdest thing ever.
All right.
But
Well, why not? Then I have one final thing that
okay.
just seems like bizarre and odd, but Yakuza.
Oh, it was the Zero thing.
Yeah, Yakuza 0.
I
I don't know. I mean, it's for consoles, and I probably won't play it ever. But it seems to you play some sort of superpowered, Japanese mafia type. I don't know. It's sort of interesting that
I have
they're
one. I have
doing a game on Yakuza on as a Japanese company because I thought that it's sort of still a bit of a sore point. But I don't know.
well, Yakuza is a game series that's been going like 15 years.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have actually. I think it's Yakuza 6 or 5 that I have on PS3 here.
Oh, okay.
I played it a
So
bit, and it was super weird game because it's like
this seems weird too.
yeah. It's like of course it's like melodramatic like the Japanese like TV shows and all that, and you have these like fighting things, and there is like this semi-open world part of Tokyo that you can run, around, and then there are like this pretty long parts where you just watch as the characters talk and like
Right.
cinematics, and
They
it
seem to
was
have everything from dancing to I don't know if that was a sex game or romance
yeah there
or
is like, I mean,
and then there's a sort of Street Fighter like fighting. This just seems sort of
yeah
bizarre. So I
it's like
wanted to mention this just
yeah
because of
yeah
that.
it's the game, at least the one that I played, is like basically like, if you take a Yakuza person and you take a slice of their life,
Right.
and there's everything in it. There's like the beating shit up, there's drinking,
Yeah.
partying, women, and
Right.
all, and
Right.
then there's the drama.
Yes.
And it's weird. Yeah, I've never played it again. I tried it once, and maybe I finish it at some point, but it was so weird game, so weird.
So weird.
And maybe part of it was because I didn't know what to expect, but yeah.
Yeah. So those were my mentions, and I presume you didn't have anything else.
No, that was pretty much. I have also the Call of Cthulhu on my list, so.
Right. So
But yeah.
yeah. So no Farming Simulator 17 on your list.
Yeah, no.
Lots of VR things. There are some things that don't really interest me, but seeing some strange stuff being introduced, like you can do sliding from the mountains and fly with parachute and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was the Ubisoft weird game.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that interesting to people? I don't know. Then there
Maybe.
was some strange pigeon game that you played in VR, and everyone is a pigeon or something, and
Was it the Hawk or Eagle?
oh, Hawk,
Eagle.
yeah,
I think it was Ubisoft game also, but I mean, there was like at one point in like the early 2000 when you were the extreme sport games like snowboarding and stuff like that, but then they went away.
yeah. But I think it's sort of cool that they're trying the VR stuff, but I don't know. Are you planning to buy a VR set in any time?
No, I don't. It's just.
And if you do, is it combined with PlayStation 4 or something then maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I would like if I ever bought a VR. I think I would buy it for PC because PC is my main platform, and if I'm gonna spend money, I'm gonna spend money on PC.
Yeah, I'm same way, but it's sort of is it still is this the generation to sort of invest on that? There's no killer application yet for VR.
That's the problem with VR, I think, because they don't have. I mean, VR's problem. I think Total Biscuit put it the best. The biggest problem with VR is it's like the chicken and egg. It's expensive first,
Yes.
and then it's like they have the VR, but no one buys the VR because there are no games for the
Right.
VR. But no game company wants to make games because no one buys the VR. So
Yes.
it's like,
But they're now making more games than I thought they are.
yeah, but none of those games look interesting.
Yeah, that's the problem too.
And then there's the problem with the
But maybe we're not the target audience, don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The most interesting sort of like the best working VR experiences are those like small games, or they're not even games, they're more like experiences. They're some sort of like a bomb disarm thing, and the sort of old school James Bond escape from the spy vehicle that is rigged to explode or something like that. Those are the funny things, but they're sort of small things, and I wouldn't buy a VR to play those apps. They're not even games, they're more like apps.
I don't know what would be fun for VR. I mean, playing some sort of massive multiplayer game, I don't know. That would be more immersive than it is now, but I don't know. And I also
Yeah.
don't know how long you actually want to hold this sort of thing on your head.
I don't know, it's
I
just
mean, my experience has been short with VR so far. I've experimented it a bit at university and stuff like that. But
yeah. But it's like the first person shooter type of games and first person games, usually the movement scheme is sort of like, because you don't have like enough room to actually move around like forever. And then if you play with like keyboard and mouse, and then you have the VR, then there's the
you
sort of
can't
like
see
this
the keyboard or
yeah,
mouse.
and then there's the disconnection between the movement and what you see.
Yeah. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
And really, I think the VR is too expensive currently to become mainstream still.
Yeah. Actually,
I was disappointed at the price when they announced the Oculus price.
Oh yeah, and Oculus is like, it's the mid point, I think. Maybe the Sony will be a bit cheaper, and
I think it will be, but yeah.
And the Vive is much more expensive because it's much more like hardcore in a way.
Yeah, but I think what would VR have to it
like 300
really,
300
it needs to come down quite a lot to be sort of almost that okay, it wouldn't be so big of a decision to buy it for sort of an interesting game. So
actually, our screens also went away again.
yeah, but the voices are still there apparently.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it's totally unrealistic currently, but I would think maybe VR would be if it was 200 euros, maybe.
Yeah. 300 I think is a max. 300 euros max.
And if they could get it on like 100 euros or a bit over, it could be sort of mass market thing already.
That's true. We were actually talking today about the VR a bit, and sort of we came to the conclusion that the sort of like the best, more core gamer game genres for the VR are gonna be the space simulator shooters like Elite and Star Citizen, and then the driving simulators like Forza and the Assetto Corsa and whatever those sort of hardcore car games. Though because those games sort of solve the problem of moving the character because you are sitting inside a car. That's and a plane or airplane or spacecraft or something like that. So.
Yeah. Next step is you need your virtual boots to move realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this strange conceptions in Kickstarter quite long time ago when there was this big thing that you could install, have special shoes and stuff like that to walk around in a virtual world.
Well, they have the treadmill thing.
Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that they've been trying to figure out, but it looks like really cumbersome, and it still doesn't. I don't think it still answers all the difficult questions, because many games have jumping, they have like rolling sideways to evade attacks, and they have like going prone, laying on the ground, and
that's true.
And
that's true.
It basically just solves the problems for games like Duke Nukem or something where you basically walk straight or.
Oh no! Now I'm looking first time at the time of this podcast.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Have we been talking 3 hours?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay,
Yay.
so that's not 3 hours.
Yeah, but it's almost.
Okay.
So
well,
yeah.
That went fast.
Yeah, that went surprisingly fast. But
yeah, I guess.
Do you have any?
No one listened. We had a good chat.
Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts on the E3?
Closing thoughts. What is best in life? VR. No.
Apparently building fortresses and carrying water and doing everything else except what's actually best in life.
Right.
I don't know. It was a pretty good E3, I think. And surprisingly,
yeah, I guess, and I was surprised that going to E3, I wasn't really didn't have sort of a list or anything that I'm waiting for these games and stuff like that. I mean, there are certain games like Civilization and what else? And the other top 5 games that I mentioned that I sort of, well, most of them I knew about, and this was bit information about it. There wasn't sort of any still sort of huge surprises or something that they announced this sort of game, and now I'm really hyped to know more about it. But
yeah.
But there was lots of games, and there was more games that I was interested in than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what will I actually end up buying, but well, I guess we'll see. My
personal sort of experience was that I wasn't going like you said, I wasn't going super hyped into the thing. I didn't have any expectations, but afterwards, I'd say I'm fairly hyped about certain games now that I actually watched them more than just on passing before.
So at least based on your top 5, you should be most hyped on Mass Effect.
Well, that was yeah. But Mass Effect was
but there was just not enough for me to get that sort of hype level. But
yeah, but I'd say my Mass Effect hype is more like this. It's not so much from what I saw now, but it's basically that it's like
you're just waiting for the next Mass Effect game.
Yeah, and now that I think maybe should have been lower on the list because it's not something that I'm thinking constantly. It's more like something that
What are you thinking constantly?
I'm like expecting it to be, well, at least a decent game, you know.
Right.
But this E3 there were quite a lot of games, and there was actually a pretty consumer-friendly things because with the Xbox, Microsoft announcing that you can play their Xbox One games also that you buy on PC, so you don't have to buy them twice.
Right.
So that
was Windows 10.
Well, yeah, there is that, of course. But there were actually a lot of games and a lot of interesting games as well. So maybe game industry isn't, at least yet, going into the next big bubble.
We'll see what happens. I mean, at least the console market has changed considerably. It's not hyping about always the newest console and stuff like that. They last a lot longer.
Well, yeah, it seems that we've gone from, like, previously we had these classic games remaster versions for like games from the past couple of years now. But now it seems that we are having these console remasters with, like, let's have a bit more powerful PS4. Let's have a bit more powerful Xbox One that is still sort of like it plays the same games and so forth and like that. It's weird. And probably the Nintendo is not going to be a new console. It's going to be like a VR Nintendo Wii U or something like that. But who knows? So I think that's all we have to say about this thing. And if you're still listening to 2 hours and 45 minutes into this, then
yes, congratulations if you made it this far. Let us know in comments. Tweet Henkka at Henkka
underscore art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, subscribe, like, and share.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I think that's about it. See you guys later.
But yeah, put in the comments that you made it this far, so we know that someone made this far.
Yeah.
Thing.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. See ya.
Yes, fairly well.